Buenas noches a todos. Welcome back to Tom Plays Europa Universalis 4 for absolute beginners. We're back with Castile. We're currently awaiting many uprisings because Castile is currently embroiled in a civil war. Actually, I thought we were in a civil war, but I can't see any actual sign of it. Oh no, still going on. Which won't be over until we can raise our stability to +1. Which I think we need 111 administrative points to do. So we're not too far off, but unfortunately there are a lot of uprisings on the way. Nope, there we go. Let's just pause. Okay, so we've got... Oh, that's handy. Right next door. Brilliant. We should be able to put them down quite easily, but we had to combine all of our armies to do it. We're also hoping to discover the Caribbean, because that's our first colonial mission. It's exploration, so our explorer's heading off to the Caribbean. And yeah, hopefully put these people down, and then we need to get onto our ships and head off to the next rebellion. Hopefully once the civil war's over we'll have a bit of peace for a bit. But I probably shouldn't count on it. This is Castile, the land of the very grumpy nobles. So because these are pretender rebels again, they weren't destroyed by the combat, so we have to chase them until we've completely eliminated them. It shouldn't be a problem because the morale's still really low. Okay, excellent minister. We really need the administrative benefits right now. Military benefits would be great, but I need the extra stability. I need the military benefits. That should end the civil war. There we go. Brilliant. So we've finished the civil war. We've gained some... Yeah, we've improved Portugal's opinion of us, which is good. And we've gained even more stability. So we've now got a very stable country. And we are going... Tell you what, I better split this army again. We're too big. You head to Toledo, go to mothball all forts again to try to save some money. We're now losing a ridiculous amount of money, which is worrying. Oh! Okay, this is good, because our stability is 2. All of these have gone grey, which I think means they're actually going to start going down, so it may be that none of these uprisings will now happen. So definite advantages to having high stability. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. And also, this has come down to 144 months. So at that price, I think it's worth starting. So it's convert Gibraltar, but we'll have an army nearby just in case, because you sometimes get uprisings of religious zealots when you try to convert someone. So hopefully we're actually doing okay there. And I think we've just fulfilled our first colonial mission. So we've discovered this province, Bani. And we get a global settler increase, which should help us to make colonies, which is brilliant. So our next mission, as far as colonisation goes, is we need a colony in the Caribbean. Unfortunately, we may need to go via Brazil to do that. Whereas Portugal is well on their way. But anyway, so we're going to carry on exploring anyway. Hopefully not to have any uprisings, and I suppose we could even consider launching an attack. But we'll have to see. Maybe once we've explored a little, I'll just check whether Yeah, in fact I might move them back. Because we've explored enough of the Caribbean for now, that's quite a way away, and there are a lot of other places we could explore that are much closer to here. Especially because we're planning on moving to Brazil next. Probably Rio Grande if Portugal doesn't take it first, because that's the closest. It's too far away now. But perhaps once we've finished this colony it won't be. We'll see. Whereas we may not get any closer to Africa, so we may as well maybe go down the coast of Africa. Anyway, we'll see how that looks. In the meantime, do Tunis have any allies? Okay, we can't see it yet. So let's just spin the time on until we've... Truces have finished from Austria's war a while back. There we go. We've finished improving relations with Aragon. And we've gained a 5th cardinal, which is brilliant. So we've got a diplomat back now. So if we attacked Tunis, Tunis still has no allies. So I think... Let's check Morocco as well. Yeah, you see they do have allies. Although we could get Portugal and Aragon to help us take Morocco. Which is very interesting. I mean, that would actually be quite a... Do we have military access still? We do, I should have cancelled that. I think that does cost us money. I'm just thinking, we already have a claim on Morocco, and with Aragon and Portugal, and they're not actually going to join in. None of their allies want to join in. So we should go for this immediately. Hell yes. So what have we got? Okay, so we have an hopefully overwhelming force on our side. We just need to make sure we take these provinces before Portugal does. Because Portugal would love to have them. Yeah, they seem much more eager now, aren't they? They're getting on the act. Probably going to have to give these guys... Actually, I'll just make another general. I don't want to risk it. Forget it. It looks like we've temporarily got rights to have an extra... Oh yeah, I think if your power projection gets above 25, you can have an extra leader. So we're actually back to only losing 1 military power, even though we've got a 3rd general as well as our explorer. I suppose at the end of the day, if Portugal does manage to claim any of these provinces, we can just not let them have them. That's good. Although I think the only ones they're likely to have claims on are Garb and Saleh. Yeah. I can probably use the ship to get to these provinces if I split my army up. Surely Portugal can't just walk straight there. Tell you what, I should at least speed things up a little. I feel a bit better as well because we've actually got 2-star generals now. Oh, that's good. Portugal's going for the Castile, which we will help them with, but I just want to make sure we've staked our claim to these 4 provinces first. Since those are the ones we want to take. Okay, brilliant. Right, so if I split this army off. Okay, apparently we can't do that. It's a bit annoying. Tell you what, instead I will land aboard the ship. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to drop them off. Move both of those onto Fez, help Portugal. So Aragon's moving over here. What are these ships like? 3 heavies, 3 light, and we have 4 heavies and for some reason 1 light. It does seem a little risky. I suppose I can, well, I'd have to land to get the Explorer, and the Explorer would have to be in port. Just the Explorer kind of doubles as an admiral. It might give us the advantage we need. On the other hand, I could just move my ship back over there and hope that Aragon's up for taking them. Or maybe if Aragon helps me, I could fight them too. So let's get the Explorer first. I'm going to take this off and move the light ships over. Don't really like using light ships for combat, but it'll probably mean we definitely win. Oh, cool. Aragon, unfortunately, has picked a battle with someone tougher than them. Okay, not totally sure what I did there. What I'm going to do now, though, is combine these armies. Okay, this looks good. We're definitely winning. I don't know if we're losing ships, but we're definitely winning at least. So yeah, if I can combine... Where are they going? Okay, I'll follow them. We can combine everyone into one huge army. That should allow us to take on anything Morocco can throw at us, which should be good. It should also allow us to siege castles pretty quickly. Okay, I'm going to... Oh, there we go. Apparently Portugal has claimed it, which is annoying, but it doesn't matter. It's fine because I'm not going to give it to them. It's the advantage of being the principal person in the war. Okay, you guys can head back to Sevilla. So on the plus side as well with being over here, we're also blockading all of this coast, which should give us a fair amount of extra money. Right, this is good. Might be able to build up a fair war score here. Actually making money as well, which is amazing. I don't need to raise war taxes. What have we got? To develop Belgium go on, so the settlers rejects our capital city. Oh right, so there's 2 options here basically. Someone's made a new settlement. We either tell them to abandon it, in which case we gain 10 prestige, or we say more people means more taxes. Now because we've got the papal blessing to gain prestige and we're currently on 92, I'm actually going to go with the taxes. So we'll just tell them, yeah, it's fine. Normally prestige is probably more valuable, but as it is, the extra money will be useful. Okay. Right, improve relations with France. Won't do as much good, but hey, they only half hate us now. So, who knows? I don't think we've rivaled them, so maybe they will warm to us, given time. Lost the siege of Dara. Okay, can't be helped. Good to see that Aragon's fielding quite a big army though. Okay, Gift to the State. So again, we've got an option to gain 10 prestige or gain some money. It's not a lot of money though, so I might go for the 10 prestige this time. I think even though we could only gain 9, that's probably more valuable to us. If it had been hundreds of ducats, I might have felt differently. But 76? I mean, I know we don't have much money, but that is not a lot of money. Are they serious? I don't fancy their chances. Okay, maybe I should have fancied the chances. See if we can take these guys out then, shall we? So they don't kill any more of our allies. I'm quite glad Portugal joined in there. Why are we doing so badly? That is incredible. Oh, we won just. I honestly have no idea what was going on there. Has Morocco got a higher military tech or something? Military tech level 6. Military tech level 6. We had a 2-star general, they had a 1. Yeah, you've lost me. Still, they've still got very low morale, so I'm going to chase them and hope that I can do them some serious damage. Oh, and it is Free Monarch Point Day. So it's 40 years since the start-ish. Hang on, I'm nervous about this now. But their morale's so low, surely we should be able to take them down quite easily. Still doing us a hell of a lot of damage. That is incredible. That really is quite astonishing. So if I follow them again, will Portugal come to help? I'm a bit concerned by the way they're making mincemeat of my army here. But at the same time, I'm just like, surely, with them having almost no morale, this has to be the best time to defeat them. I'm really quite shocked by how well they've done. Actually, we might have enough war score now just to get a truce anyway. Okay. Conquest of Granada. Right, so we either get a conquistador or an explorer. I think conquistador would be more useful, to be honest, if for a good one. Okay. I can't say they're obviously much better, but how are we doing? Struggling. In normal circumstances, I would have said this would be a really easy victory. Well, I am perplexed. But I might just see what we could get from them. It's not bad, actually. Might accept that. Probably should have waited till the castle finished sieging. But honestly, my army's so horrendously badly damaged. I mean, that is unbelievable. Okay. So I'm going to mothball all forts again. Get rid of some of the generals. So we're no longer losing military power, at least. That's fine. I'm not sure I want to fight Morocco again. What was going on with that army, but it was pretty intense. Okay, we're going to use a load of admin points. War exhaustion is now going down, which is good. How are we doing on the papal influence? Papal control has got most of the chance. Yeah, I don't fancy our chances of becoming the papal controller. Sorry, the papal state has most of the chance. I really fancy our chances of controlling the next pope. Just going to improve relations with more people, including Naples. Okay, where's our ships? Ships are here. You need giving a mission again. So you were protecting trade in Safi, I think. Apparently Lubeck is actually a better option now. Okay. Do Lubeck. I don't mind, you can park up here if necessary. How are our missionaries doing? Yeah, it's still going to take a while, unfortunately. And how are we doing for money? We are gaining, well, probably because our army's been minced. Not really the circumstances under which you want to be gaining money. Apparently our explorer has died, so I probably should have asked for explorers, but never mind. So let's start exploring Africa. So it is arguably cheaper to... Let's see, we could actually compress our army, consolidate regiments. But in some ways I would rather let them heal naturally, even if it's not as cheap, just because that way I know they're healing. If you know what I mean. Just leave them to get on with it. So I really want them to come back to the force limit, so they should start recovering as the manpower gradually heals. In the meantime, we'll see how much of Africa we can discover. This is mostly for the future. We will find out about a lot of places anyway, sort of after the fact through other countries, mainly Portugal, exploring them. But the sooner we know about them, the better, really. It'll give us more options when deciding where to put our colonies, even though we really do need to move towards the Caribbean first. The Caribbean is very important for reasons that we will go into when we're closer to colonising it. Alright, so Juana is still the heiress. It's only 7, seems like ages. I'm still very much hoping that once she becomes the queen, we will have the Iberian wedding, which would be brilliant. I mean, it won't make a tremendous difference because Aragon have been pretty good at helping us as allies anyway. So I'm going a bit further into the ship damage here because I know we don't have as far to go back. Though to be fair, it is a fair way. Might be risking it a bit here. Let's just do this one last province though. Can head back. So discovered Benin and Congo. There's some places that in theory can be colonised. There are others that we can't really see. And they may get uncovered over time, or we may need a conquistador. There's an island there. So there's no natives on that island, so it would be a nice easy place to colonise if we wanted. Somewhere in the vicinity of Africa. I don't often go for islands personally. I tend to like to, but I think in Africa it wouldn't make a lot of difference. But we will go into the colonising properly in a bit. Speaking of, how is the colony actually doing? 263 settlers now. We need 1,000. One thing I had forgotten, in fact I've forgotten completely, that we had 3 monarch point day. So that works out nicely. So grant monopoly charters, demand diplomatic support. Seek support for clergy, demand administrative support, call a diet, and demand military support. So we now have 2 things the clergy can do. They can establish New World missions, which will help with colonising whenever there's natives, and we can send an emissary to the Pope again. So that's quite good that we've done it there, because we'll hopefully remember to do it every time there's a free monarch point day. So we've now got a warning saying high naval attrition. I think because one of our ships has gone down to 50%. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do now. So we're just going to have to hope that they get back home before one of the ships gets lost. You see, they do start to take damage quite rapidly on the way back, but they've made it, so that's good. And we've got some spare sailors, so they will probably heal reasonably quickly, and we can start exploring again. In the meantime, the armies are healing rather more slowly. But fortunately, we don't seem to be about to have an uprising as of yet. It's going to be an independence for Grenada one. The war exhaustion won't help, but that is going down. Half wondering if I should raise the stability again to try and prevent the uprisings. It's a pretty high cost, is that? Oh, it's because of the overextension. So actually that might not be too bad. You see here, overextension. That's basically the provinces we haven't yet made into cores. So we should probably finish that before we try to raise stability. Even though it's clearly going to take a while. So we may as well speed up time again while we heal these ships. Noble family requests aid. Well, we could have done without it, but at the same time, grant aid, yeah, it's not that much money considering, and actually I think that will allow us to raise additional levies, which is perfect. We really want that. They're only slightly disloyal. Lost our royal marriage with Austria, and Austria have just been re-elected the Holy Roman Emperor. So let's stop relation improvements with Naples and get a royal marriage in. They'll likely have someone themselves, to be fair, but always happy to have one. Yeah, we've got a full set of royal marriages. I'm going to start improving relations with Naples again as soon as we get the diplomat back. Although we're most of the way there, actually. Okay, this isn't good. Right, what have we got? Okay, so another cardinal. So in this case, Switzerland have bribed the cardinal to change sides. So they've basically stolen our cardinal, which is not really on. I'm very worried about this uprising as well. I don't really think we have the troops to handle it. I suppose maybe if we combine our armies. Grenadian separatists. We're going to have to. Okay, the limber. I think we may have discovered artillery. We have. So, although that would be absolutely great, we certainly can't build any more troops at the moment because we have no manpower. Could maybe build some more ships. But no troops. Can't pay any of these off, unfortunately. Might have done if we got in before the nobles asked for aid, but never mind. The extra manpower actually is probably going to be a real godsend because of this upcoming uprising. Okay, sounds like we've lost one of our rivals. I guess Morocco isn't up for being a rival, so we've had to revoke the embargo because it was costing us. So our only options now are France and the Mamluks. Well, I would rather rival the Mamluks, in all honesty. And thinking of the Mamluks, I'm going to improve relations with Morocco again. Because I don't want to end up with them as a rival. Might still be unavoidable, but I'm certainly going to do my best to avoid it. So we should actually also embargo them. We have fulfilled a mission. What mission have we fulfilled? High income. Believe it or not, we have a high income. So build buildings, we need at least 5 workshops as well as the churches we've already built. But we haven't discovered the workshop yet because of the constant drain on our administrative power. So yeah, I think I would put stability up if we could just finish with this overextension business so it became a bit cheaper. But never mind, I think we're just going to have to wait for this uprising. At least we seem to have enough of an army to do it now. So let's just check out the south coast. Not south coast, the east coast of South America is what I'm thinking. We should also embargo the Mamluks because they are now our rivals. So issue embargo, and we can start improving relations with someone. How about these guys? Might come in handy if they're attacking one of their neighbours. Maybe they won't join in the war if they like us. And they're getting a bit bigger. Probably partly thanks to us actually, because we've weakened Tunis so much. Okay. So just head down the coast of it. as far as our mission tree goes, South America is going to be where the bulk of it is. Because historically that was where Spain mostly colonised. I know they did actually colonise North America a fair bit as well, but they came into conflict with the English, who also mainly did North America. So I think because of that, most of the missions are South American. So the plan basically is going to be to absolutely dominate South America if we can. I'd like to have a presence in North America as well, because we may well end up in conflict with the English. But I would like our control of South America to be as absolute as possible. Morocco are making claims that they possibly can't back up. Although to be fair, given what their army did last time, maybe I'm wrong. Alright, I'm not going to take any risks this time. I'm going to send them home already. Okay, so the nobles are no longer disloyal, so I think it was definitely worth that money to get our manpower back up, because we now have enough troops to take on this uprising when it appears. We're also going to have a Moroccan uprising. It's not good. Although we might be able to boost stability once all these have been done. But in any case, I think I might leave it there for now. So we've made a bit of progress, quite pleased with the way we're spreading across North Africa, although I'd love it if Morocco would take that back from Portugal so we could have it, because at the moment it's a bit frustrating. We have to ask Portugal for permission every time we want to get through. Speaking of, I should cancel military access, because I don't need anything that's going to make us lose money at the moment. Provence and Lorraine have been excommunicated. Who's the... Alright, the Papal State has excommunicated them. Interesting. Provence and Lorraine. Yeah, they've got France as an ally though, who's perfectly willing to come in on their side. It's a bit of a shame. Otherwise I might have been quite up for attacking them. And the Moroccan separatists have risen first. So we're going to need military access again. In which case let's fortify these. Going to ask Portugal for military access. So I could go straight to Garb to attack them. Might be safer to sit in Sarajevo, because then we will be sort of taking the defensive. Okay. Recent war took a heavy toll again, so I think I'm going to do the drafting again. I know we could do without it, but we also desperately need money. Just going to hope the Moroccan separatists will come up and attack us. We've got a 2-star general who will be in the defensive position. Okay, Catherine of Aragon. Spanish court prove the English wrong when they believe this to be easily manipulated. Married Henry VIII. Okay, so what has she got to do with us? Isn't she in England? So we can have her as an advisor, who we would probably struggle to afford, or we can banish her from the court. Well, I mean, nothing against her, but I think we should banish her from the court, simply because we need the prestige. Sorry, Catherine. Okay, well, they are coming to get us, and we've also got a Tetuan separatist, which I wasn't even expecting. But at least they're only 10. So we shouldn't have too much problem taking them down, even after we fought the Moroccan separatists. But they'll probably take this land, unfortunately. Yeah. So it's going to make them more likely to revolt in the future. Okay, I'm going to mothball this fort again because I'm not expecting any more uprisings. Except in Granada, so we won't mothball that one. See, I was going to finish. I kind of feel like I might as well finish off these uprisings now. Also hoping we'll finish the coring any second. Yep, there go the Granadan separatists. Here comes the coring. It's possible we may not even need it now. Okay, I'm going to move to Malaga. I don't know if I necessarily want to move to Granada. We might need the castle on our side because we only have 14,000 now against their 19,000. So while we do have a better general, I'm not sure I want to attack them when they're in a defensive position. So Granadans, really? Oh right, those were Tetuan separatists, were they? There's only 12,000 of them both, so they're not that big a deal, hopefully. This will be a response to Gibraltar. Okay, Juan III has embarrassed the court. We've lost the stability. Thank you very much. It's definitely what I didn't want. So what would it actually cost us to raise it now? 173, but we're about to finish coring Garb, so it'll probably be cheaper once we've done that. So we're just waiting for this to finish coring. Yes, Cardinal administration is always a good thing in Spain, in Castile, sorry. Oh, that's good. This might be partly to do with the clergy missions. But they're going to be a bit less violent when they attack us now. Okay. We've gained a conquest Casus Belli against the Knights. That's new. Where on earth are the Knights? They're usually over here. Oh, I see, they're in Malta. Alright, we must have a mission that gives us a right to Malta. Colonial company goes bankrupt. Right, that is a big no. Definitely time for us to step in. We cannot have that. Okay, we've gained a new idea. Our colonial range goes up by 50%, and that's well worth having. $463 settlers, we're getting there. What else? I think having a cardinal administration has made us more powerful in terms of missionaries, but I'd rather just leave it for Gibraltar. Hopefully Gibraltar will now finish faster. We're expecting another rebel uprising. What will it cost to boost? Still a fair bit, but I'm going to do it anyway. Probably not going to prevent this uprising. Where are they going to rise up? Okay, one of those two places, so we should go to Iran. That's right, isn't it? That should allow us to get there nice and soon. So back on +2 stability now, which I'm hoping will help curb the uprisings a little. It's going to fill in some of these gaps so that they've at least got the option of going a bit more directly. And what else? What else? Well, let's improve relations with Savoy, because they are an ally. I really want to make any more royal marriages while we've still got too many diplomatic relationships going. Okay, we no longer have an excuse to attack Switzerland because they stole our cardinal. Wasn't really planning to attack them anyway. I think they're part of the Holy Roman Empire, so just be asking for trouble. See, France has conquered Brittany but hasn't quite kicked the English out of the continent yet. Getting there though. Probably just one last big push. How are we doing? Still a way to go. Right, I think I actually... Advisor, improved relations. Can we afford them though? We can definitely afford them. It's fine. You go improving relations with people. Can we pay off a loan yet? No, nearly. So hopefully we'll be able to by the time it comes up for renewal, because the other problem with loans is every time you renew them you gain interest. Inflation, sorry, not interest, they've always got interest, but you gain inflation and that eventually devalues your currency. So it's not good really. We fought the Granadan separatists, haven't we? We don't need any more. Right, definitely going to call it there. So we're expecting uprising, we've got more exploration to do, we're hopefully going to finish this colony and we can start to actually really get into the colonising. Hoping we will discover workshops very soon. Not as soon as I'd like, but we needed the stability. And we'll hopefully be able to get some money together to start building them, but we do need to pay off the loans. Maybe the papal favour will help with that. It looks like our levy church tax favour had worn off, so we'll take that one again. Should give us a bit more money and help us move on with paying off loans and building workshops, which also help to make money. But yeah, leave it for now and see you next time.